Hello everyone and welcome back to the modern Disney princess. So today we are doing Aurora's 1950s build. Now I'm not sure why I wanted a 50s kind of era house, but I just got a very retro vibe with my creator sim of Aurora, and I feel the story behind this would definitely be that she clearly is probably house sitting um, or looking after the garden, something like that. Probably, yeah, house sitting for her grandmothers. So I'm not sure. I feel that this would be one out of her three grandmothers, and I feel that the story feel that probably she has like two grandmothers, so romantically involved, and then she came along through a surrogacy mother as a grandmother, which is actually biological, but her two grandmothers that she supposedly lived with weren't really biological, so she was adopted. But I feel that works in the story for Aurora to be a modernized character, and kind of gets involved with how, I guess, in her own life, how I intertwine her grandmothers in this kind of world. Like, I understand it could be probably like should be her mum's, but I feel that I guess biologically one is a grandmother and maybe her parents did pass, or they're no longer here, and but this is the connection that's like her connection to her grandmother, or one grandmother. She has one side that has two grandmothers and the other side is just the one grandma that's biological. Not 100% sure, but maybe through marriage she has on one side two grandmothers, and then biologically she has another grandmother on the other side from her mum and dad. But either way, obviously the three grandmothers came from the inspiration of the three good fairies, since they did raise her in the film and kind of did portray like a natural mother's instinct with her. So that's why I feel that's her story. So she doesn't really have parents. That's why I just feel it suits her that and I didn't want to make the stereotype of, oh, she lost her parents or she lost her, grandmas, and now she's inherited this house. No, I really wanted that she was kind of just, she's new in town. She's actually she used to grow up here, and now she's just come back to actually just watch the house or do the gardening, something like that. Because I do have a feeling I would love to bring her grandmothers and their own quirkiness into her own storyline when I do the Let's Play, which I'm excited to hopefully soon record, because I just have a bit of a plan of where I'm wanting to go, and I still will add every other Disney princess that there is. As well, I'm thinking possibly to do some heroines. But I do want to mix it up a bit, and I spoke in my last video that I did want to do the Sims townies as well, just so I can get quite diverse with my characters and not just kindly just keep doing the Disney or doing the houses. Like, I feel once I get a little bit more, I guess once I get another view of my world map and where I'm at, I feel then I can kind of diverse and broaden my range, and yeah, I definitely want to move, because now I'm currently in Newcrest, but I want to move back to like Willow Creek and do the townies there and kind of make their own backstories or give them their own twist. And with the townies, I want to try and portray, like, I know myself personally, I really want to put in the newbie family from The Sims 1. And I didn't know that I learnt was their daughter actually was through the Broke family. So that's great. And to brush up on some lore, and that just opens up a new kind of branch for me to get even more creative. Because as well, I can kind of do a little bit of Let's Play and just trying to work things out. Like, it might take some time, but I would personally do that just a bit off camera, just so they have a bit of backstories, which is unfortunate with this Sims game. You can't really create that backstory. You kind of have to just start that, hey, either I know you or I don't know you. And that's one of the things I just dislike of The Sims 4. But hey, it's the game mechanic. You just got to work with what you got. So yeah, back to the story. So I'm not sure what drove me to do a 1950s build. I don't think either that the film Aurora, Sleeping Beauty was 1950s. I don't remember. I don't think it was. I think it was a little bit later, maybe 60s. But actually, it'll be good to like check up and see. But yeah, for me, I just felt, I don't know, I just got really retro vibes, especially with her. Her color aesthetic was obviously the clash of the pink and blue, which is the running joke throughout the film, that she couldn't, the fairies couldn't decide whether she was going to have a pink or a blue dress. So that's why a lot of her aesthetic is pink and blue, and a lot of clashing or mixed. But I actually generally loved how this turned out, and I think that kind of color gave me the retro vibes of having such like a pink or completely blue bathroom or a pink kitchen. That just felt really 50s, like 1950s, because they were really into like the pop color and really expanding their design, I guess, scheme. But yeah, and the bathroom was a little bit of a jumble to kind of fix and organize, but got there in the end with actually putting in an extra little wall. But yeah, that's why there's a lot of pink and blue as the main aesthetic throughout the house, because I really want to portray, as I've portrayed every character in the builds with The Sims. Like obviously Snow White had a cottage, and it really showed that there was a messy, turnabout of events that she just came into with the household, with the house. And then obviously Cinderella came to a very neat but very weirdly shaped and a bit whimsical kind of aesthetic, a bit more modern, like that modern polished look, which is what caused it to be a bit more, I guess, out there. And yeah, this is why, yeah, I wanted the story that this wasn't originally Aurora's place anyway. But I did make it that she did grow up here. So obviously having the room to kind of fit her aesthetic or fit for like a teenager, because she would have just left as just becoming out of high school. And I'm still slowly building up my packs. I just got the bathroom clutter. I'm planning to now get the I really like the kits for the decoration parts. Like, I'm really actually enjoying those. And yes, of course, we have custom content and can easily download for free. But I'm not gonna lie, it's actually quite nice. Like, at least the bathroom kit, I really, really enjoyed the clutter in that. And that's why I'm really excited to get, like, the grunge and the basement kits or attic kit. I can't remember. I think it was basements. Now, for this darn kitchen, it did not want to work with me. So the issue there was I actually had a half wall that was dividing a little bit of that the counters, and that's why it was just a bit of a hassle to try and get under control. But I don't know why. I only thought now is obviously the best would have been to replace that wall with a full wall, and then fix it up and then replace it again back to the half wall, how I wanted, or even put a window in there. But unfortunately I didn't think of that at the time, so we're kind of a bit stuck with what we got. And that's why I made the bathroom a bit bluish, because everything else was pink, but everything else had like a pink aesthetic, or even if it couldn't be to that aesthetic, I just made it that it fits. And I love those arches, really just made me scream Sleeping Beauty. Especially because of the fairies and the gardening. So I also made it like there is only one bed, which I think probably as well they would probably just put in storage to actually have their own bedroom, compared to like having, if they have a guest over. But yeah, that's why I just did the one bedroom as well, because it would be usually the grandmother's. But yeah, that's so fun. Just writing a small description and posting it to the gallery. And my EA ID was MamaTasha2319. And now we're going into some screenshots. And these are actually just screenshots from the game itself. I just did it in the production to kind of look into the quality of me with my G shade, and I really loved how it turned out. And it just felt used, or it had story, and like yep, Aurora's asleep, of course, but it just